America, and you can see the beautiful Pride girls are excited and ready to party. My name is KGK, and welcome to Yokohama, Japan, the Pride Fighting Championships.
Boss, I've been looking all over for you. We gotta get to work. Okay. Hey. Hi, my name is Stephen Quadros, and welcome to the Pride Fighting Championships Clash of the Titans. Boss Rutan, former UFC heavyweight champion, with me at ringside. Tonight, you're gonna see why Pride is the #1 organization in mixed martial arts and is really like a great big casino where fighters put everything on the line, their careers, their lives, in that ring. And pro wrestler from Japan, Takayama, will be doing that against Fujita. Also, another clash of the Titans, Igor Vovchanson from Ukraine, is going to be going up against Gilbert Ivel from Holland. Now, Igor has got that right hand. Now, boss, if Igor was coming at you with that right hand, what would you do?
No, what you shouldn't do is this, just get the punch, because that probably will knock you out and you go straight back to the dressing room. No, you're gonna try to go to the side and counter it with a right straight. That would be a good thing to do, but Igor also has that really strong left hook. I would duck it and also counter it with a right straight. Now, everybody knows that Igor Vovchanson, after a combination, he really likes it to throw a liver kick. Now, when he throws the liver kick, block, and again, a right straight would be very nice to do.
But Gilbert has got the flying knees, and he's got that left high kick.
Imagine, I would be Gilbert Ivel. I would come at you with the flying knee. What would you do? No, wait. I mean, if you would be Igor Vovchanson, then I would be Gilbert Ivel. Okay. What would you do? Here we go. Boom! Oh, yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Drop the right hand.
I wouldn't like that. But we saw Gilbert Ivel giving that left high kick to Big Daddy Goodrich. Watch when this is gonna happen. That can hurt him. So that, I don't think that they should do. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Is your foot okay?
Yeah, my foot is still fine. Here we go. Left. Boom.
Right low kick. That's how you defend that. Or you throw the right hand over the top.
Oh,
right here.
Oh, that hurts me again.
You all right, boss?
I'm okay.
I'm sorry, boss.
Okay.
Okay, another great matchup. We have the UFC invading Pride. Chuck Liddell just KO'd Kevin Randleman in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He's stepping into Pride now to fight one of our best fighters in Guy MEZGER. On paper, they both look like carbon copies of each other, boss.
Carbon copies, exactly. They're both good wrestlers, they're both good strikers, they're both the same height, the same weight, and they're probably even the same age. We don't know, but everything looks the same. Is this going to be a striking match, or will this fight go into the ground? We don't know. We just have to wait and see.
And the Texas Crazy Horse. He is Keith Haring, and he's coming up the heavyweight division fast. He lives in Holland now. He's going to be facing the Fists of Fury from Brazil in VITOR Belfort. That's going to be interesting.
Again, what you said, interesting, because VITOR Belfort, the last 2 times that we saw him fight, or 3 times, he took the fight to the ground, and everybody knows that he's very good with his hands. But can he take Keith Haring to the ground? Because Keith Haring is originally a wrestler. And will he take the fight to the ground? Does he want to, or is he going to use his hands? And Keith Haring has been training for a year and a half now on Thai boxing with one of the greatest Thai boxing coaches in the world. So does it matter if it doesn't go to the ground? Again, we're going to wait and see.
The third member of our broadcast team is Risa Stegmeyer, and she's backstage right now conducting interviews and giving us all kinds of interesting information. Risa, what's going on back there?
Thanks, boss, and thanks, Steven. Now, they seem pretty worked up about tonight's fight, but they are not the only ones worked up about tonight's Pride series. So is the rest of Japan. Look at all this press coverage. All the mainstream sports magazines, all the newspapers are covering the sports series. And tonight, I'm going to take you backstage to meet all the Pride fighters. This sport has become a major league sport here in Japan, and I'm going to see what makes those fighters tick. See you later.
Thank you, Risa. You know, boss, the rest of our card is stacked. We've got the return of Vanderlei Silva after that stunning upset victory over Kazushi Sakuraba. Big Daddy Gary Goodrich is back, and we have the Pride debuts of Jose Pele Landi and Valentine Overeem. So let's go down to ringside. Oops.
That was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pride 14. 今宵もプライドにようこそ。近頃格闘技も乱れ咲き、誰も彼もが最強を名乗っている。そりゃそれで結構なことで、プライドもご多分に漏れずいろいろ言われておりますが、どうぞご自由に。プライドは初めからプライド。明らかなのは今このリングで戦う者だけが答えを出すという。さて、今宵も集まった男たちを紹介しよう。
Wow, what an intro. K. Grant never looked better than that spear, boss.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that, man. I'm afraid the thing is going to explode.
Okay, here we are at ringside. The Pride Fighting Championships, Clash of the Titans. That was one special effect that I didn't know they could do.
I've never seen it before in my life. Tremendous.
Absolutely, that was tremendous. What can happen next? We really have some surprises in store tonight.
From Brazil, JOHIL de Oliveira.
Nino Elvis SHEMBRI.
From Brazil, Nino Elvis SCHEMBRI.
第2試合、MATSUI DAIJIRO.
From Japan.
There he is, DAIJIRO MATSUI.
From Brazil, Pelé.
Jose Pelé Landi, he's happy to be here.
Look at him smile.
第3試合。
One of Brazilian's top fighters in Vale-Tudo.
Guy Metzger.
Former UFC and former King of Pancrase.
シャック・リデル。
From USA, Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, you know, look at that mohawk. He looks like a fierce warrior, boss.
Oh,
第
yeah.
4試合、ゲイリー・グッドリッジ。
From Trinidad.
Speaking of fierce, the king of the interview.
OVEREEM.
From Holland.
Valentine OVEREEM from my country, Holland.
第5試合、He's Healing.
Oh yeah, Heath Herring, big Heath Herring. From the United States, currently residing in Holland. There he is. Wow, he looks like he's in shape.
He always looks like he is in shape.
第6試合、SHOJI AKIRA.
The Energizer mixed martial art fighter, AKIRA SHOJI.
ダン・ヘンダーソン。
And then Henderson, what can we tell about him? This guy keeps amazing us, right? What does he do?
He really does, you know, he's the working class hero, but this guy is the Terminator. Wanderlei Silva. Shungo Oyama got a good right hand and some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, I thought it was right on that.
Igor Wolf Jansen.
From Holland.
And there we have it, Gilbert Eiffel.
第9試合、藤田和幸。
This guy is the bull. Kazuyuki Fujita. He's fighting another big-time pro wrestler here. Yoshihiro Takayama, who's coming up right about now. Where's Takayama at? Wow, what a cast of characters, boss.
This is going to be, again, an amazing show.
We've got some surprises. We got some guys that are gunning for some upsets tonight, too.
Oh yeah, we
Pride
certainly do.
14.
Same as last time, and here we get.
己の誇りをかけて死闘を繰り広げるプライドのリング。どんなことが起きても
I feel like I'm in another world.
I think it's going to explode for sure.
Yeah, if he puts that cigar out, he's going to blow that bulb up.
例えば私が爆発しても
Oh,
This would be something. If he knocks him down with the right hand, if he's going to win with the right hand, then I'm...
Shungo Oyama.
赤コーナー182センチ92キロバンダレシューバー
He's doing my wrist thing, boss.
Yeah, he's got that from you. I know. He will never admit.
Yeah, right.
No.
There's the stare down. This is one of the most intimidating people I've ever seen in sports, let alone martial arts or boxing or anything. This guy looks like a mad dog.
But Oyama, it looks like he doesn't care at all.
Looks like he might be getting fired up as a result, but he better fire up and fire that right hand.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
If Vanderlei has a weakness, it's the straight punch, but I don't believe that Oyama has the firepower to exploit that. Vanderlei's moving around. Obviously, Vanderlei doesn't feel threatened by a man who lost his last fight on a TKO and won his first fight on a one-punch knockout. A spinning back kick by Oyama. They're trading here, folks. Vanderlei, is that a takedown or a knockdown?
Whoa!
Oh, big left hand! Oyama's in big trouble here. Referee stops the fight. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
well, he hurt him. Like I said.
Yep.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that stoppage. They started throwing things in the ring, but the referee is looking out for the fighters. I understand the concern. You've got a hometown fighter here, went out on his shield punching, but against someone like Vanderlei, you can be hurt.
Yeah.
So the crowd may not have liked it, but the crowd does not pay his medical bills, and the crowd is not going to help legalize the sport.
Wow, what was the time?
The time was, Tico, in 10 seconds.
Oh, that was a slow 10 seconds, right?
Yeah. I think that SCHEMBRI has said that he's going to go for a knockout. He's been training in Muay Thai, Thai kickboxing under Wagner Kohler from Brazil. And he says he's going to try and do a stand-up fight, but JOHIL laughed when I told him that. Okay. And he said that he thinks that this is going to be a great fight with Elvis. So JOHIL versus Elvis. Both men good on the ground. We know that because Elvis has got a long history of competing. There he goes. No surprise that Elvis is going to try and take it to the ground, and he slips on that shoot.
And that's what I wanted to say before, what I said before. I think the LIDDELL guys have a better takedown defense. He's going to have to do better than this, especially with the new rule, kicks allowed to the head, because otherwise he's going to get knocked out.
He really is, because if he does a slow shoot like that, JOHIL just needs to throw the soccer kick or a knee, and he's going to really hurt him. It looks like SCHEMBRI is backing up. I don't think he's trying to lure JOHIL in. It's just that maybe he's afraid of the striking of JOHIL. All that pre-fight talk of a knockout may have been just hyped to try and throw JOHIL off and make JOHIL think, well, maybe he's going to stand with me. But JOHIL's got his hands down. Probably doesn't have a lot of respect for the stand-up ability. There's a good low kick by JOHIL de Oliveira. And SCHEMBRI shoots in, and JOHIL, good straight arms and a good left roundhouse kick, boss.
It looked good. It needs a little bit more timing, and then it's going to be over. But if he keeps shooting like this, he gets his takedown, and it's going to happen. I mean, the knockout is going to come here.
It looks like that experience of JOHIL got quite a few more freestyle fights. This is Elvis's first mixed martial art fight. Hopefully he won't join the company of Saulo Ribeiro, Jean-Jacques Machado, Matt Serra, and Cape Dante, who were great jiu-jitsu stylists but went into mixed martial arts and all got beaten with strikes.
Yep. Nowadays, the game, like everybody is saying, you need to know everything. And this is going to show. This is kind of like Enzo with Henderson. You know, he couldn't take him down, and then that was a good low kick. And there we go for the takedown.
SCHEMBRI gets the takedown and into JOHIL's guard. It's an open guard. He looks like he's got a butterfly guard there, and SCHEMBRI is trying to get half mount, or looks like he's got half mount now, which is half guard for the person on bottom. It's interesting that this is really only the second time that two Brazilian fighters of note have met in international competition. The first time being UFC star Fabiano Iha versus Kleber Luciano, and that was an extreme challenge. Fabiano won by knockout. But this is usually the Brazilians, they'll fight each other in Brazil, but they usually don't fight each other outside of Brazil.
Yeah, and why would you think, you know? It's a little strange because they're always, it's always great performance. They're great fighters from Brazil, you know, it's always a big spectacle. So why? Yeah, probably no, because, you know, they need Japanese fighters, they mix it up. Like America against Ukraine or Russia, you know, Holland versus Brazil.
Do you think that Nino's going to get them out here?
I think he is, but I think JOHIL should have tried to twist him. Because as long as you got the arms around the neck of JOHIL, JOHIL can try to twist him, and then he has to put his arms out to post, otherwise he's going to get turned. And in that moment, you can try to escape and go to a full guard.
Yeah, Nino has invented a submission move called the Gogo Plata, which he is on the bottom. Now, right now, he's on top, but a lot of those punches didn't really land yet. Both men seem very relaxed. This is where Nino wants to fight. He wants it on the ground. He wants to be on top, but he works very well, as I said earlier, from the bottom. He's a former world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in 1998, and he's known as a really good submission fighter. Chopping away with that right hand. JOHIL has a good deal of scar tissue over his forehead, and JOHIL going for an ankle lock, and JOHIL back up.
That's exactly what I told you before to do. He should have tried to turn. He did it, and right away he went for the leg lock. So he should do it again right now. Because they're in the same position.
Right, I think it's going to be hard to get a leg lock on SCHEMBRI because he's so adept at the grappling game.
Yeah, look, but he could have used it to try to escape. You know, now he used it for a leg lock, but next time I think it's better, it's more smart for him to get up and do the same thing as he started the fight with.
JOHIL has been with some great fighters, among others. He had two tremendous matches with another fighter who's on our card tonight, Jose Pele Landi. The first time JOHIL fought Pele, he defeated him on a unanimous decision. Then they met again about a year later, and Pele avenged the loss with a unanimous 30-minute Vale Tudo rules decision over JOHIL de Oliveira.
Yeah, Vale Tudo in Brazil is no protection, no nothing, huh?
Yeah, they do headbutts. Here in Pride, we've got quite a few rules to ensure the safety of the fighters, which is very important. I think that's very important because now that the sport is becoming more and more mainstream, especially in the United States. Interesting toe move there.
There's the toe catch. You call it the toe catch.
Yeah, we might call that the cup rob. Well, okay, back to the seriousness though. JOHIL got a real high guard, and now Nino almost going for a north-south. He's got a good side mount. Might be going for that key lock.
It would be very strange if you can catch somebody on this level with a key lock.
Little knee there attempt by Nino from the top and the side mount. JOHIL's also had a great match with one of the top trainers in the United States, a guy by the name of John Lewis, and that was in Extreme Fighting back in 1996. The fight was a draw, though. That was his first time fighting out of Brazil in the United States.
Yeah, that's just laying. I don't know what the referee's going to do. He should cross-face him a little bit. Trying the neck, looking for opportunities.
Those punches are very light. They're not going to do a lot of damage. JOHIL has been bashed on the bottom before, like we say in the Brazil. They'll headbutt, they'll punch with no gloves. Right now, this looks a lot like a submission wrestling match. There are some strikes, true, but on the ground, they're working for position.
JOHIL has been in a fire, so, I mean, if you can survive that, you pretty much can survive this too. It looks like every time when he holds his arm, JOHIL, around the neck of Elvis, he sets it up. It's good for Elvis to make that key lock, and maybe still it's going to happen, even on this level.
Whoa, nice axe kick there. It actually was on the back of the head, which I don't know if that's legal, but I'm sure it wasn't intentional. JOHIL had remarked to me that he thought that Carlos Newton, his previous opponent, was a stronger fighter than Nino is.
I think he's more well-rounded.
He almost turned his back to Nino. Now, that's a cautious thing. Now, Nino has the mount here. Notoriously, in the past, let's say around the early 90s to mid-90s, the mount. Now, he's going for
straight armbar.
Oh,
and he's got him.
He's got him. He really has it.
He's got him.
Tapped him. Perfect. Nino has tapped out JOHIL de Oliveira. I am surprised.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
And fast. He set it up perfect. Went to the side, called it up, stayed low, kept the elbow high, and he just fell backwards and he got it.
Wow, that was an impressive victory there for Nino. Welcome to Pride, Elvis.
Beautiful technique.
He executed that technique probably hundreds of times in the gym and in competition, and he did it here in Pride. Submissions are making a comeback via Elvis. 7-17 of round one. Submission victory. Tap out by JOHIL de Oliveira via the straight arm bar.
Why'd you get this name, Big Daddy?
Well, you know, a couple of my friends, I was looking for a nickname when I was heading into my first UFC, and a few friends got together and they thought that Big Pimp Daddy would be good, so I dropped the pimp and took the Big Daddy.
You're also a daddy for your children. How old are your children?
I have a daughter, 15, and one 16 months old.
What do they think about your fighting? Your 15-year-old.
My 15-year-old, she loves it. She loves the bragging rights that her father's a fighter. My young one, I'm just teaching her how to do arm bars now.
He's very strong. I know he's been world champion in arm wrestling because he arm wrestled a friend of mine who was second. So yeah, that's about it. It's just a new challenge actually, and I'm still young. I'm 24, and I think I can hang on to it quite a while. I hope so. We'll just see.
Hey, good luck tonight.
There's going to be fireworks again. Big bombs from Big Daddy against the technique from Valentijn. And also big bombs, trust me.
Well, you know, the Dutch fighters, as I know and you know, they can bang.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the greatest stand-up fighters in the history of the martial arts have come out of Holland. And I really wonder what's going to happen in this one, because I don't know that Valentijn wants to stand toe-to-toe and trade with Gary early on, maybe later. But there's the low kick. He's going to try and chop. If I were Valentijn, I'd move around.
Oh, and another one. He's doing the same what Bob Schreiber did to Big Daddy in Holland in the beginning.
And he shoots, and
oh, and he has to watch out for the knees here.
Yeah, Gary has got Tom Erickson and Mark Coleman in his corner, and he's been working on that sprawl. those two guys are two of the greatest competitors in the heavyweight division of the wrestling-type backgrounds. And they're in Gary Goodridge's corner. So you saw that perfect sprawl when Valentine shot in for the takedown. Gary scooting to the side. We're going to see what Gary can do on the ground, but he wants to be careful because Valentine has got a real good guillotine choke because Valentine beat UFC heavyweight champion Randy Couture in the Rings King of Kings finals earlier this year. And but I don't think that Gary's too concerned at this moment about a submission.
No, I don't think so either. And it's very dangerous right now for Valentine because Big Daddy, he's got bombs from this side. We've seen him knocking out people from this position, from being in the guard of somebody.
Well, what I'm seeing about Gary Goodridge right now is that he's using a lot of economy. He's not going out and punching himself out like we've seen him do occasionally in fights where he gets really excited and just tries to get rough. He's taking his time, and that's what you want to do against Valentine Overeem. Valentine's got a nickname, doesn't he?
The Python.
The Python.
And it looks like a python because he's stringing all over Goodridge right now. He's doing actually real good. He's trying for that Kimura look, figure 4 look, reverse figure 4 actually. And you can use it also to try to turn your opponent.
Now, I don't know that he wants to try with all his might on this submission here right now because Gary early on is still going to have all that strength and that arm is so strong he may end up using more strength than he needs.
Yeah, what he should do right now, he's got his hand fold in. He should drop his right leg all the way down to Gary's knee and then twist him to the right. That's what he should do right now. He can turn him. He has to drop his right leg and then twist him. If this is...
Gary's going to slide out. But, oh, he's almost got him. Boss,
this would be unbelievable if he's going to get Big Daddy with this. I mean, he's got the strongest arms in the world.
But Gary, I don't think is going to submit to this technique right now.
He should have used this to turn him. I told him, oh.
Watch out for the knee. Valentine tapped out from the knee. Valentine tapped out from the knee. Gary, Gary needs to be restrained there. Valentine Overeem has been stopped by Big Daddy Gary Goodridge.
Oh. Wow.
Look how excited his corner man, Mark Coleman, Tom Erickson there hugging Gary Goodridge. What a huge victory for Gary Goodridge. Who would have expected this? Valentine Overeem was highly regarded for his submissions, but he went for the submission against possibly the man with the strongest arms in mixed martial arts. Not really maybe the best strategy to do early in a fight.
He should have used it to reverse Big Daddy because it's a perfect way to reverse somebody.
If there's a lesson to be learned in this fight so far, it may be don't go for an armbar with Gary Goodridge in the first 5 minutes.
No, let's forget about going for an armbar in 10 minutes.
Because Gary, being an arm wrestling champion,
and beat it 1,000 people with arm wrestling in 1 hour. 1,000 people he pushed down in 1 hour.
That was a submission. Actually, it looked like a TKO from the knee because Valentine had tapped out. Gary kneed him in the head. It was 2 minutes, 39 seconds of round 1. What will happen? Matsui's got to get Pele on the ground. He can't stand with Pele.
No. Here we go.
Pele has got knees, punches, kicks. He could wrestle. He can submit, too. He's choke people out.
Whoa, he tried to do a Gilbert Eiffel jumping flying knee.
And, Matsui just stuck his foot out and checked it. Pele with the punches there. Whoa. Jump knee there. He knocked him out. He's knocked him out. Matsui's in trouble. Pele landed that knee.
Oh, my God.
Going for the rear naked choke here. Pele does have chokes in his arsenal. He's got the hooks in, boss, but Matsui's turning. But he's got the arm around, boss. It looks like a matter of time. Pele's got to be patient here. Keep the arm sunk in. Don't expend a lot of power. He's got to hook that right arm over Matsui's right shoulder.
And he has to try to slip under his jaw, because right now he's not under his jaw. He cannot choke him, see? He's defending it perfectly. And he's going to turn. He's going to twist. Maybe he's going to go for armbar, yeah.
Right. Pele, but Matsui trains with Sakuraba. He's really good at... Oh, he slammed Pele right on his head.
What a fight.
Matsui, knee to the head. Pele's got to get out of there. Pele cannot take the knees like this. Pele intent on getting the armbar here. Pele with the arm straight. Matsui slamming on the back of his head. He's got the armbar, boss. Matsui's got to spin. He's got to get out of there.
He twisted it out. This is a lot of energy burning.
This is a great fight so far. Pele came out, and it looked like he almost had Matsui out. Matsui recovered. Matsui is fighting back tremendously. Pele still got the arm. Pele's going to use a lot of energy trying to get that arm.
And there he goes.
It looks like he's got it. It looks like he's got it. Oh, Pele's got his back again.
My God, what a fight, huh?
Now this is an action-packed grappling match. Some people think that when a fight goes to the floor, it may necessarily be boring, but when Sakuraba or Carlos Newton, or now we see Pele and Daijiro Matsui go to the ground, this fight is as exciting as a stand-up kickboxing-oriented fight in mixed martial arts. Daijiro Matsui showing such tremendous heart and defensive ability. You know, training with Kazushi Sakuraba, one of the true superstars of the sport. And there he is in the background. There's Sakuraba. Sakuraba coming off a loss to Pele's stablemate, Vanderlei Silva, really probably wants, just for the pride, pardon the pun, of this fight, to see Matsui get a win over a superstar like Pele.
Yeah, and like we said when we saw Matsui coming in, he looks different than he did before. He looks a little bit more muscular. His legs look real thick, and he's got more abs. I think he prepared very well for this fight.
He's been on the road. He's coming off a win in King of the Cage. That was April 29th of this year. Unanimous decision over Rick Kearns. And he's looking for another win over one of the legends of the middleweight division, Jose Pele Landi.
Now Pele is trying to go for the choke, which is very difficult. He's used to it without the gloves, and it makes it a little bit more easy, of course. But with the gloves, try to choke somebody who's got some real good submission skills, it's difficult.
Well, Pele may go for the choke, may go for the armbar. Now he's got to be careful not to get slammed again. Pele took some significant percussive, effect from getting slammed on his head a couple times.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the guy even be close to being knocked out. He's been beaten before, but with a record of about 45, almost 50 fights, Pele has got lots of experience. He's been in there with strikers, with grapplers. Matsui's got his hands full, but he's really surprising me.
This is a great fight. It's going back and forth. And Pele got a beautiful guard, and he's got that hook in, and it's very difficult to break for Matsui. And also, it's very difficult to breathe for Matsui right now, because that's very tight.
Here
we go.
Pele's got the legs triangle around Matsui's waist. Pele trying to out-grapple Daijiro Matsui. On paper, some people felt, because Matsui has had so many losses, that this fight might be a mismatch, but it's proven to be anything but a mismatch.
It looks great. Now it's just a little bit, see who's going to make the mistake.
Pele still has the legs figure forward around Matsui's waist, so he's not really going to get out of that position.
No, because it's also locks the hips up. Look at this.
Trying to ram Pele into the ring post.
I think he is still in the King of the Cage, and that's why he tried it.
Because that's a pretty padded ring post in the corner there.
Yeah. They should make spikes on it or something, make it a little more interesting.
It's interesting. Pele is coming off a loss in the Kuwait Shidokan Jitsu. That was February of this year, where he lost to a grappler from Russia by the name of Karim Barkalev. And Barkalev had him in the identical position with the legs grapevine and locked around Pele's waist. Now Pele has Matsui in the exact same position.
So it probably worked for the other guy, and he thought, you know what? My next fight, I'm going to do the same thing back.
Probably wants to make some sort of a statement because Pele at this point could unlock his legs, stand back up, turn it back into a stand-up fight, but he may want to out-grapple a person from Takada Dojo because they've got such a strong heritage of grapplers like Sakuraba. Rico Rodriguez recently moved there from the United States to train.
Elbows at the back.
No elbows. Wait. Pele coming from Valetudo. He's going to get a warning. He's going to get a yellow card. There are no elbows allowed in the Pride Fighting Championships. Pele has fought a significant number of fights in Brazil with elbows, and he is a Muay Thai fighter. And in hardcore Muay Thai in Thailand, they do allow elbows.
Yeah, it looks like Matsui is hurt. Look at him.
Yeah. I hope that Matsui can continue. Elbow to the spine can do some significant amount of damage.
Man, it can paralyze you, I think. It's very dangerous. And he's really hurt.
I think he's going to need a chiropractic adjustment after this fight.
Yeah. Send him over.
Okay, he's bending forward. I'm willing to bet that Matsui, now here it is, that elbow lands right between the shoulder blades. Now, I think Pele just went to instinct. He got a yellow card. Pele cannot afford to get too many, he cannot afford to get 2 more yellow cards, otherwise he'll be disqualified.
Yeah, you can see that the Pride really enforces the rules here. You know, the audience also, they don't like it. You know, the safety of the fighter comes first.
And they have the rules there for a reason. This is not a street fight. This is a sport. Mixed martial arts is taking off worldwide. And jump drop kick there by Matsui. It didn't land. Pele just walks away disdainfully like, yeah, right. As I was saying, mixed martial arts is taking off worldwide as a sport. It was originally a form of sporting combat in Greece called pancration. Pele lunging in with a left-right. Pele, I think, wants to kickbox. He's going to throw that knee. Matsui throwing a right hand.
Whoa!
Nice kick by Pele. Pele's got to underhook here and sprawl back. He's got to get that leg out. He's got great balance, Pele does. I would be...
Whoa! Nice. There he goes down.
Nice takedown by DAIJIRO Matsui. Matsui in Pele's guard.
Matsui's only thinking, revenge! Revenge!
He's thinking revenge for the elbow. He's also probably thinking revenge for Vanderlei beating.
Boom, the shoulder punch.
Shoulder strike. Why not? It's not a legal striking area.
He's kneeing.
It's not, yeah, there we go. Knee to the small of the back there. What I meant to say is not an illegal striking surface. The shoulder can be used.
Oh yeah, and it's pretty effective too. If it hits right on the jaw and you don't expect it, listen, can you knock you out?
So far, we've seen DAIJIRO Matsui get out of any trouble that Pele might have had him in from the attempted armbar. Oh, here we go. Matsui really getting busy with punches. Matsui's on fire right here.
I told you before, he looks different. He looks different, way more muscular. He's got, like he added some pounds. He's there, he's back, he says to everybody.
We've seen upsets in Pride. We've seen Igor Vovchanchyn lose to Trey Telligman, a huge upset. If Matsui beats Pele, that will be equal to Vovchanchyn losing to Trey Telligman.
Oh yeah, and especially if all the people who know who Pele in real life is, because you see him fight here now, but this guy has so much experience and he's such a tough fighter. This will be a big upset.
I think there's a little bit of a weight difference between the two fighters. Pele weighs in right around 80 kilos, which is 176 pounds. DAIJIRO Matsui weighs around 199. So Pele is giving up about 23 pounds.
23 pounds is okay, you know, I mean, it depends. In this type of fighting, you see that Matsui still is hurt at his back. I saw him stretching again. So the elbow did give him some damage.
Do you think Pele is going to try to sweep Matsui with his legs?
Yeah, he has to do something because Matsui right now is working. And he's working a lot. The knees, the punches to the head, punches to the body. He's doing good.
Yeah, Matsui has pretty much taken over this round so far. Pele came out with a strike. It looked like he was going to finish the fight. Matsui turned things around in a grappling match. Pele going knees up high. I don't think Pele should try to submit Matsui. I think Pele should See if he can stand up. Now, Pele striking back from the bottom. Not going to be able to. He's slamming his head into the ground. There's no rule against that.
I've never seen it. It's perfect. It's like, yeah, of course, it's from the same stable as Sakuraba, and he always does strange things.
You know,
he is.
We've never seen that. There's no head butting, but there's no rule against slamming a guy's head into the mat. I don't see why they can't do that. It's an effective strike using nothing other than the opponent against himself. That has a little bit of humor in that.
Is it in the rules? Can he grab the ear? Because otherwise, maybe when he grabs the ear. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to start giving people ways that they can break our rules, do we, boss?
No, but it's like in law. You know, the law book is there, but they also find ways to break the law.
You know, it's interesting because you can see that with the crowd here, Matsui is the clear favorite because every time he lands something, even not a significant technique, the crowd goes crazy. Now, Matsui going to stomp down. It's like he's reversing the styles. Pele or Vanderlei, the shootbox guys, are usually on the top, usually going to stand up and throw the kicks. This is so weird, boss. Pele is fighting like Matsui we expected him to fight, and Matsui's fighting the way we thought Pele was going to fight.
Yeah, and it is that they cannot hold the ropes because otherwise the referee wouldn't have broken it up. And Matsui would have continued kicking him to the head. There we go, a few slaps.
That was straight out of the Three Stooges there, slapping the top of the head.
The head slap. What a first round.
Wow, boss. Was that unexpected or what?
My God, it totally dazed me. It's I couldn't expect it. Look at Pele. He looks tired. And I have to tell you, just before that he went down to the ground and he threw the two punches looked like a little bit not so controlled, like he was already tired.
I think Pele may have used quite a bit of energy trying to get that armbar in vain. Matsui defended perfectly. Matsui's never tapped out from a submission or even come close. And he's been in there with Carlos Newton, who's really a great submission fighter. So Matsui is coming in with a lot of confidence. Seems like he's really prepared. He really took Pele seriously. I hope that Pele did not disregard Matsui because of his uneven record. Now here Pele jumps in.
Whoa.
Matsui hurt himself when he bounced his head off the canvas there, but Matsui lunges forward, going for that ankle pick, and gets the takedown. Pele on top. Here it is again. Matsui coming with a jump drop kick. Very flashy move. Very entertaining for the audience. Didn't land, didn't do any damage, but nonetheless, this is entertainment as well as a sport. So Matsui is fulfilling this Kazushi Sakuraba, the great Kazushi Sakuraba. Some people call him the Gracie Killer. Now here's Matsui on top, punching to the ribs, going up top. Nice left hand there by Matsui.
Oh yeah, he connects a few times.
Right to the temple of Pele. That had to make Pele maybe see some stars on that shot. When you've got gravity on your side and the punches are going down instead of just across like in a stand-up fight, you've got much more impact.
Oh yes, you do. And you got the beautiful floor. The head bounces back on the floor. More impact that way too.
Seconds out, please.
What is going to happen in round two?
Oh my God, I don't know. It's going to be more easy, I think, for Matsui to take Pele down right now. But we have to see. Come on, I mean, Pele has been there, like you said before. He's been tired. He fought 30-minute fights. I mean, this is a guy.
Yeah, Pele has come back from behind and stopped people, and he's always dangerous with strikes. If I were Pele, I would box him. Just punch him. Don't throw kicks necessarily. Side kick there by Matsui to the belly of Pele. That's a move that a lot of people haven't used yet. Nice low kick by Pele. The side kick, we may see more and more of that because people are now figuring out Muay Thai techniques. Oh, good low kick by Pele and knocked Matsui down. Pele cracking that low kick against the legs. Now Pele could win the fight here.
If he keeps kicking like this, he kicks with a lot of power.
Pele jumping up for the stomp kick, for the axe kick. Matsui preventing Pele's by sticking his leg straight up. And now Pele down on the ground on top for a change.
Now it's reversed from what we've seen in the first round. Now Pele is on top, but can he keep him on top? Look at this. Very nice low kick, and that one hurts. I mean, there's no tension on the leg. If you kick it then, that's going to hurt.
Looks like Pele has gotten into his groove here. He was really taken out of that groove by Matsui. Matsui had tremendous tenacity in that first round. And Pele, he's going to try and kickbox. Oh, good knee by Pele. Good right hand.
Oh, and a high kick. Just missed.
Oh, he threw that home run right high kick. That would have knocked Matsui out of the ring.
What a fight.
Good soccer kick there by Pele. Matsui taking Pele down again. Pele in the guard on the bottom. Matsui going to grind around. Pele has got to reverse this position, boss.
Yeah, but he's not going to do it. It's not going to work because I think the base of Matsui is way too good. I mean, he didn't do it in the first round, so why would it happen now?
Pele was doing real good in the standing position there for a second, but Matsui knew the timing of that and got the takedown.
Which is a very smart thing to do against a guy like Pele.
Yeah, because you have to time the takedown, because if you just shoot him blindly, Pele will knock you out with a knee. He did that to Matt Hughes, one of the greatest fighters in his weight division.
Yep.
When they fought in their grudge match in Kuwait in February this year. Pele was taken down. He was side mounted by Hughes. He was roughed up a little bit. Pele got out from the bottom. They stood up. Matt Hughes shot in for a takedown. Pele hit him with a knee, knocked him out with one shot. The referee stopped the fight. Wow. The point is that Pele is always dangerous until the final bell rings. So is Matsui, though, because Matsui has really only been stopped from cuts. He's never been knocked out. He's never been submitted. And he's fought Igor Vovchanchyn. He's fought Vanderlei Silva, Carlos Newton, AKIRA Shoji, one of the other Japanese stars of Pride, who Matsui fought to a draw. So he's got lots of experience with tough guys. And guys that weigh a lot, like Vovchanchyn, outweighed him by at least 25 pounds when they fought.
Look, he's going to the half guard. That means that maybe he's going to go for a leg lock. I bet you that he wanted to go for a leg lock, but now it's the triangle. Yeah, now he saw that.
Yeah, Pele was going to go for a triangle, but nothing doing.
But I bet you if he wouldn't have done anything, Matsui was going to go for the straight knee by there, right there.
Those shots, even though they're grazing shots, those are hurting Pele.
And he's kneeing again, and he's hitting again.
Matsui's got a really good game plan, sort of a ground and pound light, because he doesn't have the distance to knock Pele out with punches on the ground. But if he keeps busy with the over-under punches to the body, then the head, and occasional knees, slams Pele's head into the canvas. Now he's going for side mount again, boss.
And that's more dangerous, especially with the new rules. Now he can throw knees to the head.
Pele has got to get out of this position. He's very vulnerable. This is the north-south position. Matsui can throw the knee to Pele's head. He's got to get out. Pele has got to get out at all costs. Pele using a lot of strength and almost getting out. Oh.
Whoa, he's mount. Whoa, look at this. What an energy. In round two, look at that.
Pele, nice takedown by Pele. What a change of circumstances there, boss. Pele looked in huge trouble for a second, and Matsui made one mistake. Pele scooted around, used a lot of strength, got him off of him. They went to the top. Pele got him down. Pele.
And now Matsui reversed him again. What a fight. This costs so much power and so much stamina. They keep going. You think, when is it going to stop? You know, they still look fresh. Look at them.
I said this in the first round. I'll say it again this round. Round fighting can be exciting, and we're seeing how it can be exciting with DAIJIRO Matsui versus Jose Pele and Landi. Pride Fighting Championships, folks. Clash of the Titans, and we got two Titans in there right now.
Oh, yeah, and the stumps again with the shoulder.
Matsui got a whole little bag of tricks here. He got the shoulder strike, not an illegal strike. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Matsui gets another round in the pocket. Pele's got a deficit now, boss.
Yep. Right now, Pele has to go for a knockout because Matsui is doing real good. Still, it's very close together, I have to say. But Matsui, I think, was a little bit more in control.
You know, I love when a fighter is kind of down on his luck, coming from a lot of losses. Like Matsui won his last fight, but then he came from 5 consecutive losses.
Yep.
So many people had written him off. Pretty much, some people thought that he was just going to be cannon fodder for Pele.
Yep.
But he has proven to be far from that. He has owned Pele in that last round and gave Pele a lot of problems. Pele gets the mount here. Matsui turns, though. Look at that. The timing on that, boss.
Yeah, he did a lot of groundwork, and of course he did with Sakuraba, the greatest guy. And now, oh, okay, they do it again. There's non-stop. It's like a beautiful grappling match.
One time I interviewed Sakuraba when he was in Los Angeles, and he said the most dangerous fighter he'd ever fought was Matsui when they fought in their pro wrestling days.
Okay.
Now we're seeing some of that skill that may have be attributed to that quote by Sakuraba. Matsui looks like he's got a little bit of a cut over his left eye, but nothing that's going to hurt him in the fight.
Man, is he impressing me right now, huh? I would have never expected this.
I am very, very surprised at this. Sakuraba giving some last-minute instructions for the final round, which will be 5 minutes. Pride fights are contested with 1 10-minute round and 2 consecutive 5-minute rounds. There are 3 rounds total. Total, if a fight goes to the distance, would be 10 minutes, actually 20 minutes, at which time it would go to the judges. So if this doesn't end in a submission or a knockout or TKO, it will go to 3 judges.
No, I thought the fire would have been a little bit out in round 2. But the way how they ended round 2, it's going to look like it's going to be a very good round again.
Pele is running out of tricks here. He switches to southpaw stance, right foot in front. He might be going to throw a back kick or a spinning heel kick. Jump, drop kick, roundhouse kick.
And it connected.
You heard that smack in Pele's ribs. Now, Pele must be thinking, what the hell is this guy going to do? Oh, grab the leg and sweep him. May have scored a little bit of a point in the eyes of the judges, but now Pele has got to do damage. He's got to establish control.
He has been in this position a lot. I saw him fight a lot, and he's always in this position. And he likes this. Domination.
But the problem is, if he leans forward too much, he can catch one of those heels by Matsui going straight up, just like that. But it didn't catch him clean. He could be knocked out with that if he leaned forward too much. But Pele is not going to make that mistake, I believe.
I think Matsui is preparing himself to get up. He's putting the hands backwards.
Pele jumping into his guard with the right hand, which missed. Now Pele likes this position. Matsui with his left arm, maybe thinking about a guillotine choke, but Pele is not going to go for that.
No, that's again where the experience comes in.
Yeah, Pele's too low. His forehead on the chest of Matsui. Pele's going to grind away with some punches.
I think he's resting right now. Matsui is already looking for a reversal. There we go. He's going to hook it with his left arm. He's going to hook Pele's left arm and then try to switch.
Referee going to stop the action. The referees in Pride, if the fight gets close to the side of the ring, to preserve the safety of the fighters, they will restart the fighters in the same position in the center of the ring. That way they don't suffer an injury possibly by going out of the ring.
Yep. Yeah, plus it's more fair too, you know, because sometimes you want to reverse somebody, but then when he's with his back to the ropes, you can't reverse him. So this is way better for the audience too.
Pele has got to get busy. He's got to do something significant. He can't just chop away and win the round with a couple punches to the body and the head. He's got to cut Matsui, stop Matsui. I don't think he's not going to submit Matsui.
No, there's no way he's going to submit him. Matsui already put one hook under, so it looks like he's going for a sweep with him down a little bit. He knows that he needs it, because otherwise maybe it's going to be a draw if Pele keeps working like this.
It won't be a draw.
That was a good low kick.
It won't be a draw because the judges... Good right hand by Pele. They trade rights. Pele gets the better one. Pele sprawls beautifully. Pele gets...
Almost that knee.
Pele hesitated on that knee. That knee would have hurt Matsui, but it didn't happen. Pele coming down with a hammer fist, which missed.
I don't know if this...
Pele should stand back up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Same thing.
Matsui's got a loose guard. If Pele can get Matsui to loosen up his grip, he should just stand back up. Because he's not going to out-grapple Matsui. At least he hasn't in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, but we don't know. Maybe he's tired. He thinks, you know what? Let's stay in the guard here. I did a lot of work again. Maybe it counts enough to get the victory.
Matsui's giving so many angles, so many different strikes, so many different little problems for Pele to solve. Pele is trying to chop down, but Pele needs to finish Matsui.
Look at the energy they still both have. Huh? Oh, look at this.
Up kick there by Matsui. Didn't hurt Pele. Pele chopping with that right roundhouse kick of his.
Which is very hard. And he kicks with a lot of power. He doesn't hold it back. It's full power or nothing. Look at this.
Stop by Pele.
Whoop, single leg.
Going for the single there. Pele trying to sprawl back. Pele should underhook and straighten that leg out and then get ready for a knee strike. Pele can't let him take him. Oh, he grabbed the ropes. Not legal in Pride. Nice sweep by Pele. Pele needs the knee here, but Matsui got out of that position.
Wow.
Matsui fighting a beautiful defensive fight at that moment. Pele could have really hurt him. Pele's trying to throw an elbow there? No, he's trying to throw him back fist.
Yeah, but it looked like what you said. It looked like an elbow.
Pele's already gotten a yellow card, and that factors in the scoring. This has been a closer round. Pele's been more in control than Matsui, but Matsui's fought great defensively, so it's still a close round. Round 3.
Yeah, but if it goes to the judges, the last round now, right now, I would give to Pele. But the first 2 rounds,
for sure to Matsui.
Yeah, so that will be the difference right there.
And the first round being a 10-minute round.
Yeah. True. He's going again for the armbar. Nope. Oh, that's a thing you're not going to get you with. Oh, that was nice.
Look at Matsui. He's so busy. Oh, nice stop there by Pele, but it didn't do anything. It was more of a push. Matsui taking him down.
Matsui. The bell was going. The bell was going. Yeah.
That's the end of the round.
Fight.
That's the end of the fight. I think that Matsui has shocked the world, boss.
He did in my eyes. Listen, I would have never expected this. This was a very good fight, high energy. It kept going.
This, if Matsui wins, can prove that anyone, regardless of, they may have a shabby record, can come into Pride and fight the greatest fighters in the world, of which Pele for sure is regarded as one of the best, with wins over a plethora of champions. If Matsui beats him, this shows that anybody with some skill, some training, can come on in and find out if they really have the goods to compete with the best. There's the stop by Pele. Pele did win that round, in my opinion, probably yours too, boss.
Yep.
But was it enough? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
判定の結果をお伝えします。ジャッジ小林、松井。ジャッジ三宅、松井、ジャッジ西。
Matsui has beaten Jose Pele Landi. For sure, this is a huge upset, boss.
My God, man. And now, back in the game. This fight throws him right back into the game. And now he wants revenge. I can understand. He says, okay, now let's revenge his few losses that I had.
Well, he said before the fight, he said, I am longing for a rematch with Vanderlei, not because he beat Sako, but because Vanderlei beat Matsui early on. But now, he has come in and beat one of the legends of mixed martial arts in Pele. Wow.
What a good fight.
Hi, Guy, and welcome back to Japan. You've had great success here in the Pride Series. You've won your last 3 fights, but this time you're up against a real tough guy, Chuck Liddell.
I got my hands full tonight, there's no doubt about it, but everybody that fights in Pride is tough, so I expect nothing more out of him or any less out of him than any of my other opponents. The one advantage that this fight is going to have for the fans is Chuck fights a lot like I do, so it's going to be throwing down.
I know you lead a very healthy life. You eat very healthy food. How have you prepared for this fight?
Yeah, you're right. I cut down on the double cheeseburgers for about 2 or 3 days before the fight. Always helps out with the stamina. he's a tough guy. There's no doubt about it. He's the standard bearer, in my opinion, the uncrowned king of the light heavyweight division for the UFC. But he's coming into a new territory. There's a lot of tough guys here. I personally think that the toughest fighters fight for pride. And, I think Chuck, is a tremendous athlete and a tremendous competitor. And I give him a tremendous amount of credit for having the guts to come in and fight for pride, because pride is putting out the toughest fighters right now. And so, that kind of attitude is admirable, and I respect it. He's just going to have to, step into pride on somebody else's shoulders, not mine.
青コーナー188センチ98キロチャック・リデル
Chuck Liddell, very interesting looking individual, could be straight out of a video game.
赤コーナー183センチ94キロ
Guy Mezger. Both these guys know there's a little bit more at stake than a battle of two possible top 10 light heavyweights. Mezger fought in the UFC previously and has been fighting in Japan and Pride for the last couple of years. This is Chuck Liddell's first time in Pride. And so this may be like the first fight that show things to come. Maybe more UFC fighters will want to follow Chuck Liddell into the ring of Pride. Here we go, round one.
And very careful touching gloves right there. Ooh, and he starts off with a good combination, left hook, right low kick. I love that combination, by the way.
Good, beautiful right hand there by Liddell. Liddell coming out very relaxed. Looks like the more powerful of the two at this point. Hook off the jab attempt there by Guy Mezger.
Oh, very nice high kick. Very well timed.
Into the Greco clinch there. I would have to say that Guy would want this fight on the ground more than Chuck would.
I don't know.
Because being former king of pancrase, he's got some wins by submission. Chuck primarily has done most of his damage with punches standing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If he wants to play it safe, bring it to the ground. But Chuck is a good wrestler.
Chuck is a great wrestler in training with Tito Ortiz, who is the UFC light heavyweight champion currently. The word is on the street that Tito has a lot of problems stopping Chuck from taking him down, and vice versa. Chuck is very hard for Tito to take down. So Chuck is really good at wrestling. Don't know anything about his submission game or his defense against submissions. But being with John Lewis in his corner, I'm sure he's got to know how to defend most, if not all, submissions.
Yeah, he's trained with Scott Adams. We saw him also fight. Great submission guy, too.
Beautiful leg locker, Scott Adams.
Yep.
Here we are at a slowdown. I had predicted that possibly this fight could have a lot of strategy and not be a barn burner because both men respect each other's punching power and wrestling ability. Right now, no one even close to a takedown. I think that Guy could use his right knee here.
Yeah.
Especially now that he's got the underhook.
Now it's better to do it.
Right now. But he missed the opportunity.
And there's the high kick again. He connected. If he puts a little bit more power behind it. Oh, a very nice left. Ahead.
They're shooting out. Liddell wants some action. He wants to step in and trade with Mezger. Mezger working very well as a counter fighter and coming in raging with a left hook. He may have stunned Chuck Liddell with that left hook.
Very nice. He faked the right hand, and then he came with the left.
Don't want to drop your head like that. Oh, looks like Guy is cut.
Yep. I see it. Where is it? The right eye? I can't see it from here.
A real give and take match so far. Nice right hand with the top. More of a grazing blow. Really, in stand-up, it's sort of like they're neutralizing each other so perfectly, but they're still landing on each other.
Yeah, and who's going to make the big mistake? And who's going to throw the big hand?
It's that left hook. We've seen Guy Mezger use his right hand so well. His left hook is starting to land on a fairly regular basis. Liddell has got to keep that right hand up when they get close. to protect the left side of his head and his chin especially. Because Mezger lands that left hook on the chin, he could put him down, maybe out. Good low kick there by Guy Mezger.
What a strategic, that's the word, game it is here, huh? There we go again. He's doing constantly the same combination, and it works. Left hook, right straight.
Good double jab there. Good left high kick, partially blocked by Liddell. Guy Mezger taking a little bit of control here in the stand-up game.
Right low kick back again.
Liddell has got to get busy here. If I were Liddell, I would throw a punch combination and then shoot for a takedown.
That was a total range looking kick. That was a stay away from me kick. And it worked, actually.
It looks like mentally Mezger is gaining confidence as the round goes.
I just wanted to say the same thing.
That's why we work so well together, boss. We got the psychic connection. Mezger boxing so patiently. Side kick there by Guy Mezger, left side kick. Liddell is kind of having, looking a little bit puzzled here with the riddle of Guy Mezger.
If Guy would change the combination one time to a right straight and a left hook, instead of a left hook, right straight, it could surprise him.
This is the first time that we've seen a UFC fighter, a current UFC fighter, come in and fight one of our fighters. It's really an interesting fight so far. Mezger very patient, but Mezger doesn't wait. See, he comes in. Nice tricky right-left kick combination there. Piling up the points. Guy Mezger straight right, boss, just like you wanted.
Yep. That's what he needs. Throws a little bit more combination, different combinations.
Into the round.
Do you think that Chuck is tiring here?
I don't know. I thought in the beginning that Guy was a little tired, but look at this. He's throwing out the combination with a lot of power. If any of these punches hit, it's going to be a KO there again. Left hook. Very nice. Kick to the liver.
Liddell pressing the action.
Oh, that was a hard one.
Liddell wanting a shootout here. Mezger picking at him, picking him apart basically from the outside.
So he can take a shot, and he can give one.
Liddell has definitely got to regroup if this round goes to the distance, because right now Mezger is figuring him out on a standing game, and Liddell couldn't take Mezger down. Sakuraba couldn't take Mezger down.
No, that was the biggest thing there, the upset. He couldn't take him down, and that's why Guy did real good against him.
Both men have been in with some of the greatest fighters in the sport. As I said before, Mezger fought Sakuraba. He also fought Vanderlei Silva, of which he lost, but it was a great fight, and Mezger controlled the fight early on, but it was a lot more aggressive. Here he's being patient, he's picking his shots, he's being busy when he needs to be, and he's throwing his punches in different combinations to keep Liddell guessing.
And every time he's going low with his body to trick kind of Chuck, and he comes up with a left high hook. And it's working. Every time it works. There he goes again. He's doing good. Ooh, that was a big right hand by Chuck. And another one.
But it didn't land.
No, it lands half behind the ear. The wrestling skills. Yeah, if this fight goes to the ground, I would be surprised. Don't tell me it's going to happen now.
Come to the inside, get a body lock, Chuck. Come to the inside.
I think Chuck is trying for it.
Well, Guy's got the right underhook.
That was a good body shot, and another one. And it's a dangerous one because it's a liver shot right there.
He's bleeding, Chuck. He's bleeding. Let's go.
Guy's bleeding.
Looks like he might be bleeding out the nose. Doesn't look like he's got a cut as we thought earlier.
Yep.
But Liddell does look like the bigger man of the two. Liddell with a good chopping right hand. That's been one of Mezger's downfalls. That's what Vanderlei Silva beat him with, was the right hand, sort of the right hook. Wow. Liddell really putting up some aggression here.
Trying to bleeding.
Liddell trying to change the tempo of the fight here. Yeah, he looks like he's got a bloody nose.
Oh, yeah. He got hit again. Now, this is a good-looking fight again. I mean, we had some fights today already. Who's going to throw the bomb?
I think both men are going to save the bomb for the second or third round.
Oh!
I take that back. I take that back. MEZGER threw the
high kick. Full on it.
MEZGER really coming after Chuck Liddell. It put him down for a second with that overhand.
Whoa, what a takedown.
MEZGER getting the takedown. Chuck Liddell fighting back. Oh my God, boss, what a change of events.
Oh my God, what a good fight.
It looked like he almost knocked him out with that right hand.
To touch gloves.
My
and
God.
they're going again.
Well, for sure, MEZGER has definitely got this round in the bag now.
This is energy, throwing energy out. This is taking away a lot from both of the fighters.
MEZGER really took a chance, and that punch nailed Chuck Liddell. Chuck can take a shot.
He can really take a shot because the high kick also connected.
Liddell looks like he's regrouping and regaining his faculties.
Yeah, I mean, that left.
MEZGER's smart. He's not trying to jump on him and spend all his energy. He's waiting. But Chuck can't afford to wait here. Chuck has got to press the action because this is where MEZGER's dangerous so far.
1 minute left in the first round.
This has been a tactical round so far, but it's been a really, really interesting round and some excitement there at MEZGER with that big bomb over the top. Looked like an Igor Vovchanchyn right hand.
Yeah, how long is this fight going to be, huh? We don't know.
Yeah, it looks like Liddell is dropping his mouth a little bit. Looks like he might be getting a little winded here.
Yeah, but both of them are. I mean, it had to be. They threw away some energy.
They did. I mean, Guy really pressed the action there. And Chuck fought back in that clinch, too. He took some shots, but he tried to fight back. But Guy exhibited a lot of wiliness and stayed out of the way of the knees and the punches. Liddell tried for his own home run punch.
Very nice combo. Again with the left hook and the right straight. He ducked, countered, left hook, right straight. Right to the solar plexus, which is a very smart thing to do now,
but
to work the body.
But he almost ducked into a roundhouse kick. What a great round for Guy MEZGER.
Now, what a fight today.
Now, Liddell coming off the big knockout over Kevin Randleman, but Kevin Randleman, his game is the ground.
Yeah.
He's by no stretch of the imagination, even though he's improved his stand-up vastly, the level of stand-up of a Guy MEZGER, and Chuck now knows that.
Yeah. No, this is...
It's like...
it's kind of what we expected, what we said before to each other. There's probably going to be a striking match because I don't think that any one of them can take the other one to the ground, or there must be like a little upset, a mistake.
Okay, here's that overhand right. Oh, and that clearly knocked down Chuck Liddell.
Watch the high kick now. Bog also ahead.
That was a good... Now, Chuck fires back, though. He's trying to trade with Guy, so he got a flash knockdown, MEZGER did, but Chuck Liddell is not out by any stretch of the imagination. He's firing back with knees and punches. It was a dogfight there at the end. Guy has to be thinking, wow, I just hit this guy with a shot and knocked him down, but he just got right back up like a Terminator and fought back.
Yes.
And
Chuck can take a punch.
Yeah, but he rolled with that kick too. And that kick wasn't a Muay Thai kick, it was more of a karate kick, but nonetheless, and he got a takedown there too. MEZGER won that round big.
Yep.
There he is, getting the instructions from Ken Shamrock, who's in front of him.
2 more rounds of 5 minutes. My God, this is going to be beautiful.
Both these young men are in their early 30s. Chuck Liddell, 31 years old, and Guy MEZGER, 33. But both men are in their fighting prime, boss.
Yeah. I think around that age is the best time. I always said, I think my strongest age, when I felt myself the most strong, was when I was 30.
Now, did you see how closely the referee watched out for Chuck Liddell when he took the knockdown?
Yeah.
The referees here are very concerned with the safety of the fighters, and he kept a real good eye on Chuck to make sure he wasn't hurt, because if he was hurt, he would have stopped the fight to ensure that Chuck can come back and fight another day.
Right down the middle.
Round 2.
Round 2. Boss, I look forward to this round because you came up in kickboxing. I've trained in kickboxing. We've seen some really good and unpredictable moves here, and some classic moves. Straight rights, left hooks, low kicks.
Ooh, ooh, oh.
Chuck trying to take care of business, trying to get control.
Oh.
It's a knockout.
Oh my
it's a
God.
knockout. Chuck Liddell has knocked Guy MEZGER out. He has knocked him out with one punch.
Right uppercut.
Right hand. Chuck Liddell coming out saying, no, I'm not going to lose this fight. I'm going to take this fight. Wow.
Oh, it was the right uppercut that did the trick. And what a hard punch. Oh, he had him a few times. He set him up with the right straights. And then that uppercut.
You know, it's funny because Guy MEZGER may have given Chuck Liddell his wake-up call in that first round, in that last minute or so. And Chuck came out and thought, you know what? I'm not going to lose this fight. He pressed the action. Now he's down to be concerned over Guy.
21 seconds in round number 2.